Hey y'all, CB here at NBS Welding, and now we have got another repair job here we're going to take us a look-see at. Let me get you zoomed in and show you what we got crack-a-lackin'. This is a truck part that was given to me by a local contracting company that I do work for from time to time. And this is obviously a cast, and it's obviously broke. And they tacked it back together to get some measurements off of it. And they have been searching the world over to get a replacement part for this. And they tell me they just flat out cannot find anything. So they're wondering if I can repair this thing. And I'm wondering too. The first thing that I do on cast usually is I'll get out an oxyacetylene torch and I'll try to cut it. Because generally, if I can cut it with an oxyacetylene torch and it acts like steel, then I can weld it with a 7018. If an oxyacetylene torch will not cut it, then you need to use nickel rod if you want to arc weld it, because it's probably some sort of a cast iron. And it's really something where you got to make a decision on what to do. If the world, if money were no object, you would probably just weld any cast that anybody gave you with nickel rod. But I can get 7018s for $4 to $5 a pound. Nickel rods are $40 to $50 a pound. So it's a decision that, you gotta make based on economics. And as you can see here, that torch cut this thing. It acted really weird, and the sparks looked really weird, but the torch cut it. The torch cut it like it was steel, but it threw sparks like it was cast iron. So, and I also found this other crack you probably see there. So this is a weird one. Not sure how this is, at this point, I wasn't sure how this is all going to shake out. But the one thing I was excited about is I knew I was going to be able to, I was going to be needing to do some carbon arcing, and I've been wanting to carbon arc with the ARCCAPTAIN ARC205PRO. This is the dedicated stick welding machine that ARCCAPTAIN sent me that runs 6010 and 8010. I did a video where I ran 3/16 8010 and 3/16 7024 and got amazing results. A budget inverter at this price to burn pipe rod like it did was amazing. And now we're gonna see how it does on carbon arc gouging. If you'd like to buy an NBS Welding t-shirt for $25, send Boss Lady Tina an email request. nbswelding@aol.com. Over the years, I have definitely had more than one person say, why in the world would somebody that's a welder fabricator not build some kind of a bracket to hook his vise to his table? The thing is that I don't know where I want it. And after being here for over 20 years. I still don't know where I want it. And when I clamp it, I can clamp it anywhere I want, anytime I want, any way I want. I've even clamped it to shit sideways before. I never have bothered building a bracket for it, and I probably never will. I clamp it down however I want it, clamp down wherever I want it clamped down. And that's the way I use it. It works great that way. Got out the Big Daddy 9-inch grinder, the old Wildcat. I'm getting to work on the outside of this. I'm going to start out running me a bead on the outside of it with a 7018 and see what happens. And I'll tell you what happened. Everything seemed fine until I'd run a couple passes, and then I started seeing it crack. I was hearing it crack. I was seeing it crack. So out come the nickel rod. We did the best we could to save $1, and the 7018 is just, it's not going to work. And you have cases with some of this cast where the 7018, the expansion and contraction as it heats up and cools down, the 7018 can't keep up. And that's when you got to go to the nickel rod. And you can even see by the light here that this nickel rod, it just burns totally different. But we get a pass on the outside and then come to the inside, carbon arc this out really good, grind it really good, and then I fill this inside up with the nickel rod. We're talking about right about $200 worth of welding rod going into this little part, but it's not a replaceable part. We got to do what we got to do to fix it. And so during the time I was welding, I had the oven on 400. When I got done welding, I set the part in the oven with it nice and hot, and I left it overnight. And then we do an inspection the next morning. I shut the oven off, went to bed, and this is what we got: no cracking. So the nickel rod was able to expand and contract with the heating up and cooling down, you know, with this cast. And the way this generally works is if you don't have a crack in this right now, you never will. When it's gouged out that good and welded up with nickel rod, if it's going to break, it's usually going to break right away. So I'm going to call this fixed. And I was glad to take care of this for them. It was definitely a tricky one. It was definitely a weird one. It definitely wanted to crack, but it was fun. I'm headed to the gym, y'all. I want to thank y'all for watching, and remember, learn how to work with what you got. That way you always have everything you need.